What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about a little secret that I've recently been using to help me enjoy reading more, and I think it can help a lot of you guys. I'm going to be going over why it helps, how it works, and why you should definitely be doing this. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, what is the secret? The secret is immersion reading or audio assisted reading. What this is basically you're listening to the audiobook version of the book as you're reading the actual book to help you kind of enjoy the book, and it also uses two of your senses at the same time, which can help you focus more or just enjoy it more in general. I'm also going to be going over a cost-effective way to do this because obviously you don't need to buy both versions, a physical or ebook version and an audiobook version, because that would be just way too expensive. I'm also going to be going over a couple reasons on why you should listen to the audiobook version of a book while reading the physical or ebook version of the book. And let's start with number one. So number one, it enhances your imagination. This is because the narrator actually shows emotion while they're reading, which can help you feel more lost in the story and get more involved with the characters. This can also make the book just feel that much more realistic. An example of this is when a narrator uses their voice to sound more scared when they're talking as the voice of the person in the book, or even more sad when something sad is happening. Another great example of this is also when a celebrity is narrating their own book. For example, there's the Will Smith memoir, which he had written by someone for him, but he narrates the book himself.
Some of the most impactful lessons I've ever received, I've had to learn in spite of myself.
And it just helps you process that it's him in the book and it's his story. Number two, it increases focus. This is really important because when you're reading and you're listening, it can help you stay focused even if there's a loud environment or if you're somewhere where there's a lot of people talking. Combining this with noise cancellation headphones like some AirPods or some Bose headphones is really just great because you can again get lost in the story without having to worry about other people distracting you, because I know reading can be very distracting and this really helps with it. So number three, it increases your reading speed. So in a normal situation where you aren't reading with the audiobook version, you yourself would be determining what the speed you read the book at, whether it's what your mood is or how intriguing or how interesting the story gets. However, when you're using the audiobook version, you yourself can also instead force yourself to listen a little bit faster and read a little bit faster, which can help you get through a book faster if you're in a sort of a rush, if it's for school or something like that. I'm also going to be going over how to get used to listening faster, because listening from 1 speed to 2 speed might be really confusing for you. And for me, I know it was, because I don't listen at 2 speed. I only listen at 1.3 because I like to feel like I'm also reading along and my eyes aren't just like moving across the screen while I'm listening, and I can barely understand what it's saying if it goes too fast. So this is how you get used to listening at faster speeds, which makes you read at faster speeds. Okay, so the first step would be, if you don't know how fast you want to listen to, is to just speed it up as much as you can until you start getting confused with the words or you can't understand what it's saying. Then after that, you're going to go to the speed right before that, where you could understand what it was saying, and listen at that for 10 minutes. Then after those 10 minutes are over, you can move up the speed another one back to where you couldn't understand last time, and it might be a little easier for you to get used to it. And you can keep on trying to do that until you eventually just get overwhelmed to where you can't understand the words. You're going to go right to the speed before that, and that's going to be your current reading speed. So once you have found your current reading speed, you're going to want to try to get used to that for a while, and then after a few days you can try this whole process again. Also, I did want to mention that this advice is meant for people who are listening to podcasts and help them listen faster. So I think it applies to how I said your eyes are just moving across the screen. I think you should reach to where you can really see the words still and read them and also listen at the same exact time. Moving on to number four, it's just way more fun. Like, this isn't even like a full reason, but I don't know if it's just all the other things combined together, whether it's being able to focus more or being just like better with your imagination. It's just more fun. I think it really is that narrator part where it's talking to you and you can feel the emotion of when a character is nervous, sad, or happy. I'd really recommend it. I don't know if it's just because it feels like someone's telling you a story that you know in person, or because it simply just makes reading way less daunting and way less intimidating or boring. It just makes it way easier to follow along with the story and actually go back to reading and reading instead of being like, oh, that's boring, I don't want to do that, I'll just go on my phone, I'll just scroll on TikTok, I'll just do whatever. Alright, lastly, we're going to be going over the cost-effective way to do this. So the way I like to do this is by using Hoopla and Libby, which are 2 free apps that give you free access to books just as long as you have a library card from your local library. You will need to check that your local library accepts Libby or Hoopla, or that they offer it. But if they do, it's great because my library told me I can only get 5 downloads with Hoopla, but I went on the app and it told me I could get up to 10 downloads a month. And you can use Hoopla and Libby if they offer both to get even more downloads by combining those two together. You can also go to the store and buy the physical book if you like reading a physical book, but still go to Hoopla or Libby to get the audiobook version. One downside to this though is that the libraries actually have to buy the licenses to the books. I don't know how exactly it works or if it's the license, but they do have to pay for something, so they can only lend it out to one person. So sometimes you will find yourself wanting a book and you have to put it on hold until somebody returns it digitally. Now, while this might not work for everyone, I definitely would recommend you guys to try it out for yourself and see if it is something that can help you. So if you're interested in this immersion reading or audio assisted reading, be sure to tell me down in the comments below. So that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, please drop a like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching till the end, and I'll see you guys next time.